continuing our discussion about Seroquel, an antipsychotic that I am about 5, maybe 6 weeks finally off of. And I've been trying to get off of this medication for years, for easily 15 years. I've been on it for over 20 years. And I love making these videos because of the comments from other people and their experiences with it. Like our friend here, that shit had me doing some weird shit. They had me on it after I got back from Iraq and Afghanistan. Shit was making me crazy. First of all, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your service. First and foremost, to you, this person and every single person serving, every single veteran, I cannot express enough gratitude. So yeah, I'm assuming comes back from these places, whatever you served in, whatever reason. I can't even imagine PTSD, whatever you want to call it. So put them on Seroquel. And Seroquel, again, it's used for people with schizophrenia, bipolar, or as they put it, major depressive disorders. And again, there's a lot of people in the comments that say I can't live without it, and I was that person. I was that person that was like, I've tried to get off of it, and my brain, it's super scary. It's unimaginable. It's things that are out of your control. So I get that. I get that mindset, and I sympathize with it. But I just, as someone who I don't accept that. I don't accept a lot of things. I don't accept that injuries are the end all be all. I don't accept that we cannot heal. There's so many people out there that just are okay with settling. There are so many people out there that are just okay with, well, as you get older, this happens and there's nothing you can do about it. Or as you get older, you develop these diseases because of the food that we eat and there's nothing you can do about it. That's bullshit to me. And desperate times call for desperate measures, and a lot of times Seroquel was the desperate measure. And there's a saying out there that's just like, if pharmaceuticals were, meant to heal you, they wouldn't stay in business. Like, why do we keep having to go back to the doctor? If the doctor is there to heal, if he or she is supposed to be the healer, then why do we keep having to get refills? Why doesn't anybody look into that? Now, as far as the PTSD goes, I mean, I wish this person, I would love to talk to this person and know more. I would love to know about what level of crazy, like hallucinations, because you never know. A lot of times with antipsychotics, what do they say? In all these commercials, what do they say? You might need another one to, it's like literally out there. Well, it'll do this, but it might cause this. So you might have to get on this to counteract this. And then it's just, again, at one point in my life, I was probably on 8 or more different medications. I suffered a traumatic brain injury, skull fracture, when I was 6, just a little background information so you know where I'm coming from. But I will say, another thing that got me off all of the other medications besides Seroquel, that was the one that just I guess I needed to do more research. The other thing that I did was the hyperbaric chamber, oxygen therapy. So if you're dealing with PTSD, I would look into that. Is it cheap? Of course not. Of course not, because it's supposed to heal. Now, if I could afford it, I would go back and do more. I've actually thought about how cool would it be to invest in my own hyperbaric chamber, because I invested in a PEMF device that was over 5 grand and well worth the money because I recover faster and better when I get injured. And in my line of work and with my gym goals, that's my life. That's everything to me. So we really do invest in the things that we care about the most. And I've heard stories of Seroquel being prescribed for prison inmates to help them sleep. Can you imagine going to prison for whatever reason and leaving with a whole slew of mental disorders because they put you on something to help you sleep. That's scary, but that's the cycle. And my heart goes out to everyone who is dealing with any kind of mental disorder. But I will say this again, because I was one of those people at one point that was like, well, this is a traumatic brain injury. Like, those don't just like heal. But if the body was meant to heal itself, why wouldn't there be something out there holistic? I don't know if, you'd call methylene blue. I mean, it was discovered in the 50s and 60s. Do some research on it. I just bought 2 bottles from my chiropractor the other day, and he gave me the place to order it from. If you want, let me know, and I'll make another video about it. I'm probably going to write to the company and tell them my story because I'm still just, my mind is blown. I never thought this was possible. I always wanted to believe that I could heal myself because I'm determined to come back from everything. But, anyways, my heart goes out to this person. Thank you for your comment. And if you guys, tell me your stories about Seroquel. Tell me why you're on it. Tell me, was it a good thing? Because I know there's a lot of people out there like, I can't live without it, and it's scary. I was scared as fuck to get off of it again. I was scared to try. I didn't want to go through it. I didn't want to go through all the crap that my brain does or did when I would get off of it. But at some point, I was just like, I gotta try this again. I've got to. I've got to keep figuring this shit out because I cannot be another person that can't live. It's no way to live. They're not healing you. They're just masking something that possibly could be healed by yourself or a naturopath or someone who actually gives a shit about healing. So again, thanks to my chiropractor, Scoresby Chiropractic. Can't wait for our next visit.